You might have heard that Harry Potter star Emma Watson is engaged to be married. Or maybe you did enter because it's not true. Or maybe you did hear it and you just want to check if it's true. Either way, let's talk about it. Welcome to this channel where we try to answer the great mysteries of the universe, like who shot first, Han or Gris? What is the best flavor of the month at Ben & Jerry's? And is Emma Watson getting married? Sometimes the questions we investigate are more complex than others, which is the case today. Emma Watson has been the subject of tabloid speculation and rumor for years. A quick internet search of her name brings up a lot of headlines claiming she's dead, engaged, or in relationships that could very well be classified as alive relationships. But a lot of these claims can be traced back to a single source, one that isn't always accurate. Before we dive into the latest round of rumors, let's take a look at some previous reports that were also later found to be untrue. Because while Emma may be a public figure, that doesn't mean everything written about her is true. In January 2023, the New York Post reported that Emma Watson was engaged to American businessman Greg Wise. The article referenced an unnamed source saying, quote, "It's only a matter of time before she announces her engagement. She's very happy in her relationship and he's the one she'll end up marrying." When fans noticed that Emma wasn't wearing a wedding ring, rumors started to swirl again. On February 9th, 2023, The Express ran a story with the headline, "Emma Watson secretly married after being engaged for 2 years." This was based on an interview that Emma gave in 2021, where she referred to her boyfriend at the time as her fiancé. Fans began to speculate that she meant they were engaged, even though she didn't say that they were married. In actuality, Emma was just referring to him as her fiancé because he was her fiancé. That's what the word fiancé means, and yet people still ran with it. On March 3rd, 2023, Life and Style magazine published an article titled "Inside Emma Watson's Secret Wedding." The article made claims about the guest list and the ceremony, but there was no evidence to support any of it. So now let's get to the latest round of rumors. On May 16th, 2023, a TikToker known for sharing celebrity gossip posted a video saying that he had news about Emma Watson's personal life. He said that he wasn't sure how to say this, but that he had heard from his, quote, "inside source" that Emma Watson was engaged. He then posted a photo of a ring he claimed was the engagement ring. It looks like a really nice ring. I wonder where he got it. A few days later, on May 18th, 2023, the Daily Mail reported that their source said, quote, "I am so excited to share this news because I've been waiting for this moment for 5 years. They are completely in love and living the best years of their lives. It truly is a modern-day fairy tale romance." But wait a minute. Didn't we already talk about how all of those fairy tale romance rumors started last year? Yes, we did. That's because the Daily Mail published a similar story on May 24th, 2022, claiming that the couple was engaged based on an anonymous tip. If you're following along at home, that means that there have been at least 3 different stories about Emma Watson as supposed engagement to the same men over the course of a year. All 3 of these stories were based on anonymous tips from sources who seemed to be the same person, and yet none of them turned out to be true. So now let's examine the latest claim, which appeared in the Daily Mail. The article uses quotes from the original TikTok video as well as commentary from the According to the TikToker, Emma and Brandon have been together for 5 years, which would make sense since that's how long fans have speculated that they've been together. But that's not actually true either. The earliest that Emma and Brandon were seen together, December 2018. So they have been together for 5 years. But the Daily Mail didn't seem to care too much about accuracy, because they published a nearly identical article, repeating the same false information about the length of their relationship. And while it is fun to imagine that Harry and Hermione got married in real life, this isn't just a fun little piece of gossip. It is harmful to perpetuate misinformation like this, because it contributes to a culture of online gossip and rumor mongering. Some people believe everything they see online, and if they see a headline that says that Emma Watson is engaged, they might think that it must be true. After all, it was published by a reputable source like the Daily Mail, right? Not quite. It is important to note that just because something is published in a major publication like the Daily Mail does and mean it is automatically true. Major publications are still susceptible to publishing false information. For example, the New York Post was sued $10 million by the family of Eugene Carroll after they published false information about her in an article, reporting on allegations against the former president. And it's not just major publications that publish false information. Social media is also a breeding ground for fake news. Anyone can start a social media account and post whatever they want without any This means that it's up to us to be critical of what we see online and to check sources before believing everything we see. So what should you do if you come across an article or social media post claiming to have breaking news about Emma Watson's personal life? First, you can use a fact-checking website to see if there are any fact checks available on the claim. If there are, be sure to read them. Next, you can try to find the original source of the claim. This is usually easy to do if it's a social media post. Just go to the profile of the person who posted it and check their other posts. If it's an article, check the author's bio and see if they have a website or social media account. Once you've located the original source, be sure to check their credentials. Are they a journalist or a celebrity gossip blogger? Do they have a track record of making false claims? Finally, don't believe everything you see, even if it seems to come from a reputable source. It's always a good idea to check multiple sources before believing anything you see online. If you're still not sure if the claim is true, it's probably best to err on the side of caution and just assume it's false. In the case of the recent Emma Watson engagement rumors, they can be traced back to a single TikToker with a history of posting celebrity gossip. While he may have a large following, that doesn't mean that everything he says is true. After all, he's just a guy with a phone and an internet connection, not a journalist with access to verified sources. So, is Emma Watson engaged? As far as we know, while there have been a lot of rumors and speculation, nothing concrete has surfaced to confirm that she's engaged. Until there is, it's best to assume that the rumors are just that, rumors. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe for more content like this. Thank you for watching.